you a close-up look at that before I bite into it.
My goodness.
Juicy, tender, absolutely delicious. All right, so to do our test to see if size really does matter, we're gonna use the 26-inch Weber kettle and the 22-inch Weber kettle, and we're gonna cook some chicken thighs using the Vortex. I'll load each kettle up comfortably, meaning I'm not gonna cram them on there. I'm gonna put them in there just evenly around and see how many thighs I can fit on the 26 versus the 22. Now we're gonna use some B&B Lump Charcoal, and once I get it loaded into the Vortex, I'll bring you back as we're putting the thighs onto the kettles. All right, y'all, we had a quick flash shower there for about 10 minutes while we waited on the charcoal to get ready. Luckily, it was far enough along where the rain didn't affect it. It's not quite all the way ready, but I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in. It'll do fine in the Vortex now, but if I wait, I'm afraid it may rain again. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour it into the Vortex and get our chicken on so we can count how many thighs fit on each one of these. So let me grab each Vortex and I'll pour it in. Here's going in the 22-inch. See, it's still pretty black on top, but I got a good flame, so it's gonna burn the rest of the way. It'll get ready just fine. There we go. Okay, here's one going in the 26. All right, y'all, I'll go ahead and get the grates on, let them get heated up, and I'll bring you back as I'm counting each one of the thighs as we put them on the kettles. All right, y'all, here we go. We got 32 chicken thighs here. I've got 16 with Grumpy's Amped All-Purpose Rub on those, and 16 with my new sweet rub. It's not out yet, will be soon, I hope. I'm gonna test tonight and see how it does with the high heat and the sugar that's in this rub, see how badly it may look burnt. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with a 22-inch, put 4 amped and 4 sweet on there, and then fill out the rest of the way. Usually I can get 11 or 12 thighs, depending on the size of them, onto the kettle if I remember correctly. Then I'll switch over to the 26-inch and fill it out the rest of the way. So let me come around and I'll start with the 22-inch. Here we go. I'll start with the amped all-purpose rub. I put this rub on about 3 or 4 hours, I was pretty small, 3 or 4 hours ago. Let it dry brown a little bit. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 thighs on the 22-inch Weber kettle. Now let's switch over to the 26 and see how it does. All right, let's check the 26-inch.
Yeah.
So we have on it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I only got 3 more. Now I could definitely squeeze them closer together, and I probably will, but I wanted to go ahead and see how I can get on there comfortably without squeezing them together and having them scrunched up too tightly. I'm gonna move them around and fit the rest of these on there on these 2 kettles for sure, but I think I'll start with the 26-inch, see how I can get on there total without cramming them too tightly. All right, guys, so we got all of them onto the 26-inch kettle, so let's count how many we have on here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, which makes sense. We have 11 over there. We had 32 to begin with. So we have 21 on this kettle, and we have 11 on this kettle. And I did kind of scrunch the ones pretty tightly onto the 26-inch, but I'm pretty sure it can handle it. Let's get the lid on, and we'll do like we always do. We'll rotate the lid every 10 or 15 minutes, so we spread the heat around. I will add a piece of apple wood to each one of these vortexes with about 10 or 15 minutes to go. Let's get the lid on, get to cooking. All right, y'all, going about 15 minutes at this point, and I've rotated the lid 1 time. But I want to take a real quick look at the temperatures with you. On the blue kettle, the 22-inch kettle, it shows right at 475. And on the gray kettle, the 26-inch kettle, it shows right at 450. Now, I thought it'd be a much bigger difference in that between the two because of the fact I put the same amount of charcoal in both of these kettles, and the 22-inch has a lot less space that has to heat up. I thought it would get a lot hotter, a lot faster. Not the case, only 25 degrees. Speaking of that, there's a lot of confusion about how much space really you get with 26 versus 22. People say it's just 4 inches. Yes, but it's 4 inches all the way around the kettle. If you look at this graphic, it shows you the 4-inch difference between the 26 and the 22, and also shows you how many more square inches of cooking space you get with the 26. It's a huge difference, as you saw with the amount of chicken thighs I could get on the kettle. I did squeeze a few extras on there. I could have put a few more on the 22, but I wanted to see how the 26 would handle it compared to the 22. Looks great so far. Now we're gonna go to about 200 degrees, 195, somewhere in there with these thighs. I will put a piece of apple wood in there after I rotate the lid 1 more time. I'll put a piece of apple wood in there and get some good flavoring on there. I don't do it at the beginning because you get too much smoke on there, and that really darkens the meat and the skin up especially. And I don't want to do that when I'm checking this sugar on the sugar wheat rub. So I'll bring you guys back once I'm ready to pull them off and we'll take a look at them. All right, y'all, it's been about another 10 or 15 minutes. We're getting close to temperature, I think. I'll throw the apple wood in. Let me check the temperature on the 26 inch and the 22 inch and throw some apple wood in accordingly. Let's check and see. You hear that thunder? I'm trying to hurry. Gosh, we're 146 there, 145, 163, 172, 173, 165. So we're gonna get a little 5 or 10 more minutes. I'm gonna rotate this a little bit more to right there and check that in a minute. Let's check this one now and see how we are on the temperatures on these. 171, 176, 180. Yeah, we're getting close. I think I'll throw the apple wood in there now. But you can see already these, if you can see, I hope the camera's on where you can see these, the ones with the sweet rub on them. How much darker they are, because I think that wood is starting to, or that rub is starting to burn a little bit. But I want some apple wood flavor in there, so we're gonna put that on there and put this over the amped rub, so I don't pull more heat towards and more smoke towards the sweet rub. So another 5 minutes, I'll throw it onto the kettle over here too. All right, y'all, let's take a look at the ones here on the 22 inch. I think they're about done. Let's take one, let's try one right here and see if you can. 182, 185, yep, going up pretty good. This one over here is 195, 199, 191. Yep, we're taking these off, guys. We're gonna let these rest. Check the ones on the 26 inch kettle in just a second. So we're gonna check the temperature on these and see how we're doing. Let's check right here. 190, 183. I think we're gonna go ahead and pull these. 170, 182. A little early for what I like, but I tell you what, with the rain coming, we're gonna pull these off too, guys. Whoa. All right, folks, we're gonna hurry because you saw that lightning. I don't know if you saw it or not. Pretty good streak of lightning right there. So we got a big storm coming. All right, I want to try these real quick. They're both done. These are the ones off the 22 inch. This big pile is off the 26 inch. Now, you know I did cram it a little bit on there. I want to see how well it would do, and it did fine. The 22 inch got done quicker, but I think it's because there was more space between each one of them. I didn't cram them on there, but I usually do 11 on there. That's usually all I feel comfortable putting on there. I put 21, like I said, on the 26 inch. So we're gonna give it a try. I was impressed with my sweet rub as far as not burning too bad, even after I put apple wood on there into the vortex. Pardon the thunder, sorry. I'm gonna go a little faster here. I wanna try a bite of all 4 different types. I'm gonna do amped and sweet rub off of the 22, and amped and sweet rub off of the 26. Probably not gonna be a difference, I realize, but I wanna try it and see. All right, here we go. We're gonna try first the amped 22 inch kettle. This has been done a little longer than these. It's rested a little longer, but I think it feels pretty crunchy. Let's see, crispy. Let's see here. Oh. So good. This rested a little longer than I like it to. A little cooler than I want. It's not cold, a little cooler than I want it to, but it's a good looking bite here though. Very good piece of chicken. Very good piece of chicken. Now let's try a piece of the sweet rub off the 22 inch. Get you a close-up look at that before I bite into it. All right, here we go. Cheers, folks. Also very good. That's really good. Looking forward to roasting this rub. That's good. Absolutely delicious. You guys are gonna love that whenever I put that out. But there's the ones off the 22 inch. Now let's try the one off the 26 inch. Shouldn't be any different. I'm gonna be full of chicken, all right. Let's try a piece of the amped all-purpose rub first. These just came off a couple seconds ago, or a minute or two ago. They're pretty hot, actually. Probably shouldn't try them this quick, but I know we're in a hurry because I don't want to get wet. I might melt. All right, here we go, guys. Cheers. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm gonna burn my mouth here. That's so good. When it's warmer like this, it's much better. Now we'll try the sweet rub off of the 26 inch kettle. See how it did with a piece of apple wood too, so. All right, again, taking one for the team here, it's gonna hurt. Cheers, folks.
My goodness.
Juicy, tender, absolutely delicious. I put the price of both these kettles on the screen right now, according to Weber's website. The 22 inch, the Master Touch, and then also the 26 inch kettle. I don't know if the price difference validates this. This is just one test, it's chicken. I can probably put 3 butts on there. I can't put 3 butts on a 22 inch. I can probably put 3 on a 26. I do 2 briskets probably. Most likely I can small briskets maybe on the 26 inch. It can do a lot more when it comes to smoking. I don't know that do much more grilling. I mean, obviously it'll have a lot more burgers and that kind of thing, but something like this, I did cram these on there pretty good, and it helped a lot to have that space. But I don't know if it's worth the difference in price. That's a decision you'll have to make on your own. But I can do a lot more chicken, obviously, on it than I can on the 22 inch. So if that's important to you, then by all means get the 26 inch if you're deciding between the two. But 22 inch has done me great. I love it. Guys, I hope you got some value out of this. Hope you liked the video. Please hit the like button. By all means, try some of this chicken when you can try some amped rub. I'll put a link down below so you can click to it and get to it and try some amped rub. You'll really, I promise you'll love this stuff. It's fantastic on everything I've tried it on. I have absolutely loved it, and the reviews have been fantastic. I'm very pleased. Anyway, guys, please do hit the like button. Please subscribe to our channel. We would greatly appreciate that. Until next time, I'll meet you at the smoker.